listen to the great support they get here in Tucson. Underway, Wildcat ball. Kadeem Allen starts at the point. Bryce Alford on him. And you can hear the deafening U of A chant.
UCLA starting out man-to-man. This is a team that will play a good bit of 3-2 zone with Lonzo Ball out top, but starting in man.
Dusan Ristic double team.
Good pass.
Alkins the penetration, left it a little bit short. It's Bruins ball, and here comes Lonzo Ball. Outstanding freshman at point guard, leading the nation in assists, and just one of the great talents in the country. He will launch and miss the three. Great offensive rebound, Thomas Welsh, and a fresh 30 for UCLA.
Boy, Thomas Welsh averaging close to 9 rebounds per game.
Hamilton off balance with a spinning bank shot, and Isaac Hamilton gives the Bruins the first bucket of the night.
He needed that to go. Only had 2 points against Arizona State in his last 6 games. Only 4 of 25 from three-point range.
Strong drive, Alonzo Trier.
Anytime Trier can get to that right hand, he is really effective, and he has been outstanding over his last 2 games.
This is only his 11th game of the season after the suspension. Earlier this year cost him 19 games. We'll tell you about that as time allows. As Leaf gets inside, and this is kind of a subplot in a game that has many subplots to it. Leaf originally committed to Arizona, then decommitted and decided to go to UCLA.
Leaf has a great matchup along with Lauri Markkanen. And how about that catch and finish by Leaf? Hesitated and then stayed in the air before he released it to avoid getting that shot blocked.
Now the rebound this time with the defensive glass by Welsh. Bryce Alford pulls up for a long 3. And the senior misses it badly, and here's from the crowd right off the get-go. Now Arizona coughs it up.
Well, that was a bad turnover by Arizona. They could have taken advantage of that shot by Alford.
The conversation for a potential spot in Glendale, Arizona.
Both these teams are Final Four talented, but the issue really is experience. They're very, very young. 2 of the youngest teams in the bottom third of Division I in experience. Good hesitation.
Nope. A foul, freeing him up to be more of a shooter scorer, not worrying as much about playmaking. This is a totally different Bruins team.
Yeah, usually Steve Alford's teams get better throughout the year. Last year's team didn't get better as we went through February and into March.
Alone underneath and converting on the reverse is Raleigh Alkins, the freshman from Brooklyn.
Raleigh Alkins went to Christ the King High School in New York. Another Arizona Wildcat years and years ago went to Christ the King. That was Khalid Reeves, played for the great Lute Olson here.
If this game is anything like the first game between the 2 this year, one thing I won't be saying tonight is shot clock violation. They're going to get up and down the court. That was a 96-85 win for Arizona in the first game that Alonzo Trier came back off the suspension.
That last miss, Dan, by Thomas Welsh, that was like somebody missing a layup. He's the best 15-foot jump shooter in college basketball.
He is pick and pop personified.
Unbelievable shooter. Mid-range. I mean, for him to miss that, that's almost shocking to miss an open shot. That's how good he is of a shooter.
Trier gets the switch, puts it on the deck, step back, jumper, got it.
How good has Alonzo Trier been over his last couple of games? Comes off a 25-point performance against USC where he went 7 of 11 from 3.
Leaf turns it over. Alkins, Trier, and the finish. Ball with a 15-footer to at least momentarily quiet the crowd.
Are you kidding me? I mean, they give up a layup, come down the other end. He splits a double team and then pulls up from about 12 and knocks it down. He's an ice water type player, Alonzo Ball.
Trier with the ball on him right now. Markkanen looking inside. Markkanen can play inside and out. A very good 3-point shooter, as Jay told you about off the top of the show.
UCLA doing a much better job of the last 4 or 5 games of guarding ball screens. High hedge.
3-pointer is there for Kadeem Allen on his senior night here in Tucson.
They really got the start because of his defensive ability to be able to guard Bryce Alford. With his size, he can control the game on the defensive end.
Alford off to Leaf. 3-point attempt, way short. Welsh the save. Shot clock didn't reset. Corner three is good for Hamilton.
How about the hustle by Thomas Welsh? That was a big-time play by Welsh.
Often overlooked with all of the big numbers that some of his teammates are putting up this year.
And still averaging 10.5 points and almost 9 rebounds a game.
You got one team with 6 guys in double figures, the other team with 5, and a 6th guy at better than 9 points per game. Welsh, another good rebound. He's been strong in the glass early.
Great outlet pass.
Ball, no call. Leaf, the finish.
Right, you have to stop the ball. It's easier said than done, but you really have to stop the ball when Lonzo Ball's in transition. That was all set up by the defensive rebound by Welsh and the quick outlet.
Stopping the ball when Ball has the ball is easier said than done.
It is. You just set an NCAA record for saying ball in one sentence. Stay in your lane.
Allen off the back.
Stands. He made his first trip to Arizona to be able to watch him. But Markkanen told me that his dad watches every single game, just happens to be online, so it's no different having him up in the stands. And he's a very quiet dad, guys. He doesn't come in and try to tell him what to do after every game.
Well, he's got to be awfully proud of his kid. And you know, we talked about TJ Leaf committing to Arizona, then decommitting and going to UCLA. If they get Leaf, very doubtful probably that Markkanen comes to Tucson.
Yeah, possibly. But after we did that 94 feet, he says to me, how did I do? And I said, Lowry, you were the finest fin we've ever had at 94 feet. What a nice kid.
Aaron Holiday pulls up for the 3. How can his favorite thing be both cold weather in Finland and warm weather in Tucson? Kobe Simmons. And Chance Comanche,
17-foot jump shooter in college basketball. It's remarkable.
There's a block and an impressive one for Ike Anabogu, who just checked in, and Ball will get the... Misses the free throw. Ball is going to be one of the top picks in the NBA draft. There's no disputing that. He may not be 1, but he's not going to be there past 3 or 4 probably. And as many people out west, probably some people back east know, he's the oldest of 3 brothers. LiAngelo, a high school senior, LaMelo, a high school sophomore, have both committed to play at UCLA.
Little 3-2 zone right now by UCLA with Lonzo Ball out top. That's some length and size out at the top of that zone.
Trier misses the 3. Rebound Leaf.
Well, you had better get back in a hurry against UCLA because they attack off makes or misses.
Ball to Leaf.
Well, UCLA does that just about. They average 92.
Between Ontario and Lonzo with the Warriors instead of Steph Curry, making some comparisons saying his son was as good or better than Steph Curry right now. Well, not afraid to speak his mind about how talented his kids are.
A nice job by Dusan Ristic to step in front of the defender in that 3-2 zone. And he can go over either shoulder. A very skilled big man.
Hamilton off a screen, back to Ball.
So many weapons for this UCLA team. And all of them can pass it. That's out of bounds. The man.
Parker Jackson Cartwright in the game for Arizona, number 0 in white. And we've got unbelievable offensive weapons. They're averaging 92 points per game, shooting 53% per game, leading the nation in assists. As in off the bench and missing the 3 is Gigi Goleman.
Only hit 1 3 on the season, but Goleman, a skilled player that can step away and a good passer. Now back to the 3-2 zone.
Dusan Ristic inside. And for the young man, tore his ACL for the 3rd time, once the left, twice the right. There's Ray Smith in the middle, and eventually said, you know what, I can't do this anymore. And with great dignity and maturity announced his retirement and thanked everybody and says he feels blessed even though he's unable to play ball anymore. But other than Ray Smith, amongst the players who have played on some occasion this year, Sean Miller has his full complement right now. Pretty tight rotation of 8 as Anabogu slams it home for the Bruins.
Well, that was created by Lonzo Ball out that horn set. You cannot stay in front of him.
How many 7-footers can do that?
Not many. Lauri Markkanen is incredibly skilled. He can play inside. He can play out. He can play 3, 4, 5. I can count.
He draws the Dirk comparison. He's European. He's a minutes. He'd be about an 11 point, 9 rebound, and maybe most of the leads.
Well, he gives them a big lift when he comes in. But you're right. They've got so many other options, and they can keep the floor spread with so many of their perimeter players. Remember, Prince Ali is injured. This is a really deep UCLA team.
Ristic surrounded again, and he traveled
it quite as well as they're going to need to. And USC on Thursday night played a lot of 2-3 zone against Arizona. They started with a 1-2-2 3/4 court press. As they pass and share the ball, boy, if you hold a cutter or try to bump a cutter, you have a chance of picking up a foul.
And Markkanen will stay in the game with 2 fouls. Bryce Alford, tough shot. It'd be almost impossible for him to get above 5th, but to finish 5th at a school with the tradition of UCLA is remarkable.
And if he stays healthy, he's very likely to break the 3-point record held by Jason Capono. That's a terrific career by Bryce Alford at UCLA.
The last foul on Kadeem Allen, his second. He's gone to the bench. Markkanen in the game with 2 as Trier knocks down another 3. You talked about how hot he's been lately. 8 for 11 on threes his last 2 games coming into this one.
Well, that was made possible by Parker Jackson Cartwright just getting into the gap. Holy cow.
And Ball with the answer at the other end. It's not the most conventional looking shot, but the results are good. He's 42% from beyond the arc.
It's like a Jim Furyk golf swing. You know, it's a tortured route, but at impact, it's in perfect position. At his release point, it's in really good position. And it goes in.
And as
but he's like Jason Kidd.
Leading the country in assists at better than 7.5 per game. Jackson Cartwright with a hesitation, and the smallest heading into the 12 champions again, 13 years in a row.
One of the truly great accomplishments in the history of college basketball. And this team in blue did the same thing under John Wooden, winning 13 Pac-8 titles in a row back then.
Alford the miss. Comanche turns it over, and Ball converts.
He just has a great feel for the game. That's awareness that most players don't have. Picks it off and then gets it up quickly before Chance Comanche can get up there and block it.
And the UCLA lead is back to 5. Arizona winning at Pauley Pavilion last month. The Bruins trying to even the score here as Simmons is fouled. This Kobe spells it K-O-B-I. This guy's a great athlete, McDonald's All-American, and averaging almost 11 points per game. Leaf runs the floor, kicks it to Alford. Yes.
Well, you have got to be there on the catch because Bryce Alford is always ready to shoot. Moves really well without the ball. And you said it before, Dan, with Lonzo Ball in the lineup, moving him off of the point guard duties, he's become a much more effective player.
His assists are way down, but all of his field goal and 3-point percentages are way up because he's not having to create his own shot as often. Leaf, no. Trier in transition, behind the back, and the finish. But no matter what seed they are, no matter what seed they are, without question, there are 3 programs of the Pac-12 capable of doing a lot of damage in the tournament.
Yeah, perhaps Oregon more so than anyone because of their experience. You know, the Ducks have been there before to an Elite 8. I think that has great value, but there is no way that UCLA is going to be a 4 seed. They're too good. They're too good offensively. And they've won too many quality games.
If Gonzaga wins out in the regular season, they're the one in the West, right?
Yes, yes.
So then if you're one of the 3 Pac-12 programs, Oregon, Arizona, U seeds.
Markkanen needs to get going. Got to switch.
Left hand, not there.
Good job by Thomas Welsh to challenge that shot.
Alford from Ball. How quickly did they get down the court?
That's like NBA Golden State Warrior stuff. Lonzo Ball finding Bryce Alford, who's just running to that 3-point line. And he's really not running to the line. He's running, 5 feet beyond the line.
Steve Alford told us they had a preseason trip to Australia, the first chance for Ball to play with his entire team. And Steve said that his son, Bryce, looked at Lonzo right away and he said, hey, man, you don't have to defer. You don't have to ease your way into this. He said, go do what you do. And that Alford accepted right away being off the ball, getting a chance to play more as a 2-guard. And the results, the numbers are there for him this season.
Yeah, he's knocking down, control the game from the point guard position without dominating the ball. He gives it up, and his teammates give it up as a result. That ball moves. And it is, UCLA offensively is a beautiful team to watch.
Leading the nation, 22 assists per game. Baseline jumper, Markkanen.
He is such a talented young player. and he's only going to get better and better. Talk about a guy who's just scratching the surface of his ability level. That's Lauri Markkanen.
Leaf in the post. Tough shot off the glass.
TJ Leaf has proven to be such a tough basketball player. Leads UCLA in scoring, rebounding, field goal percentage. Coming off a 20.
Sean Miller got a few minutes out of Lauri Markkanen.
One thing for Arizona, because you're playing a team in UCLA that can score so efficiently and put so many points on the board, it's incumbent upon Arizona to make sure on the offensive end that they're tough offensively and they get a shot every time down, and a good shot. They've got to score. He's not UCLA's best defender. The other part is you want him of that son of his with all he's gone through, because he's taken a lot of criticism in Westwood and beyond, being the coach's son, but he is a terrific college player. Just terrific.
As Reese Davis said pregame, this is the toughest environment in the Pac-12, and it's getting loud right now with Arizona looking to make a little run.
Lonzo Ball out of the game, and I think Arizona's got to feel comfortable that they can make a run.
Alkins to Allen, who's coming back from a dislocated pinky last week. Alkins everything but the finish, and Anabogu comes out of the pack.
Yeah, that was a man's rebound. That was a crowd.
Alford, quick release, and a foul called on Kadeem.
That is such a big play in this game. That's the problem. I mean, you're trying to contest everything with UCLA. And sometimes you can take it a little bit too far. Here comes the trap. Back to the 3-2. But it's got Aaron Holiday up top. That's not quite as much length and size as when Lonzo Ball is in there.
So a good breather here for Ball for a few minutes. Jackson Cartwright can't finish. Pinder, though, is there.
Boy, what a rebound. Well, that's what Keanu Pinder needs to do when he's in there. The hustle play that he can make a difference.
Holiday blocked from behind by Jackson Cartwright. Saved back to the Bruins. Alford, no. Great rebound by Leaf. Holiday open for three. Arizona ball.
Boy, some bullets dodged there by Arizona. How about that rebound by TJ Leaf and having the presence of mind to look out for the step-in three.
Trier into Comanche. Trying to back down Anabogu. He coughed it up. Numbers for UCLA. Holiday with a hesitation and the slam.
Well, he had Isaac Hamilton down the left side. He just gave him a little look, and it looked away the defender and opened it up for Holiday to keep it and take it all the way. Well, when the ball gets in the post, UCLA digs down, and they dig down for a steal.
Aaron Holiday, the younger brother of a couple of NBA players. Drew, who played at UCLA, and Justin, who played at Washington. His sister Lauren also played at UCLA. Alkins. Jackson Cartwright is open and buries it. We had a feeling it would be fun.
Right over our shoulder here, so he's watching his son play today, guys. Yeah.
All right, thanks, guys. Looking forward to the Alfa Romeo halftime report in a couple of minutes from now.
That was a really good shot fake by Isaac Hamilton, but he needed to drive it.
Ball from the corner. And a foul. All games today. And also
Lonzo Ball's dad didn't have the guts to compare him to Kevin Connors.
Trier guarded by Ball, using the screen. What a move. Wow, what a finish for Alonzo Trier.
What a difference Alonzo Trier makes for this Arizona team. That was a big-time move along the baseline.
Lob inside, Leaf with patience. And Hamilton. Two-man game, Comanche, and a foul.
All the transition buckets they've given up, the paint they've given up, they just battle. That's in the DNA of this program.
1 of 2 in a tie game.
It was similar on Thursday night. Arizona was letting USC get to the basket in the first half almost at will. And still had a lead at halftime. Good drive.
And a good block by Pinder. And a foul on Ball.
Against USC on Benny Boatwright. Got to figure when Arizona gets the last shot, they've got to go to Alonzo Trier because he has been magnificent in this first half.
No shot. It's an offensive foul on Aaron Holiday.
And guess who? 2-zone. You got to watch out for a trap, but Trier's the guy you got to look to. He has been hot all half long.
6 for 7, 16 points. Jackson Cartwright from the elbow. Final seconds of the half. Hamilton. And Arizona will take a 4-point lead into the
free throw shot and allowed them to get back into the game offensively. So they're looking for more execution, especially in the final 5 minutes of the half.
All right, Maria, thank you. By the way, Maria's going to speak with LeVar Ball, Lonzo's dad, out of the under-16 timeout. And trust me when I say he's going to talk about something you're not going to want to miss. He made some remarks earlier today as his son goes coast to coast. LeVar Ball, who, as we mentioned in the first half, not shy to talk about the talent and potential of his son, made some comments just a short while ago you won't want to miss, and I'm sure Maria is going to ask him about it.
Boy, how good is Lonzo Ball in transition? Seth Greenberg talked about keeping him out of transition. Well, good luck with that when he gets up ahead of steam.
Jackson Cartwright misses the 3. Offensive board. Dusan Ristic. Loose ball to Alkins. And Alkins to the rim.
At every opportunity, Arizona is trying to attack the paint.
Ball hands it off. Leaf corrals.
How about that catch?
Hamilton with an air ball.
So I think there are too many threes being launched up by UCLA in the second half of that first half and the start of the second.
Trier gets inside easily.
Anytime you take a bad shot, Dan Shulman, it turns into a layup or an open 3 on the other end.
The return of Trier, the difference between Arizona being a good team and a potential Final Four team.
Isaac Hamilton started this game out with a bucket in his first opportunity, but he has really struggled offensively over his last 6 or 7 games.
Got Alkins on him. The drive, the floater, no. Tipped back in by Welsh.
Looked like that was still in the cylinder. But a good job by Thomas Welsh to go after that offensive rebound. Nobody put a body on it. Much better drive by Isaac Hamilton and settling for a jump shot.
Markkanen for 3. And
TJ Leaf's got to touch the ball.
Gets a touch. Good position. Left hand over Markkanen.
Good pass by Isaac Hamilton. You got to get TJ Leaf the ball. He's the leading scorer for this team. He's getting single coverage. And he's got to be able to go against Markkanen and/or Ristic. Put another foul on him if they can.
Now Markkanen will try to answer at the other end. Can't do it. Smothered by a couple of defenders.
He drove right into Hamilton.
Ball with a push-off using. Ball stays with 3 early in the second half. Sat out for a couple of brief spots in the first half after he picked up his second.
And that means Alonzo Trier has got to drive him at every opportunity.
Markkanen with an 18-footer. Not shooting as many threes as he did earlier in the season, but a lethal mid-range game as well.
I think he's the best Finn I've ever seen.
Better than Hano Metala?
Yes.
Jackson Cartwright with blazing speed.
UCLA may need a timeout. I know they want to get down to the under 16. But they are giving up when they don't get a bucket. They've been giving up layups at the other end. That's got to be tightened up.
They have guarded better recently.
Another one.
Oh, it's going on the deep. Hamilton for three. Big sequence as they take advantage of the second opportunity. And Sean Miller is livid on the Arizona bench.
He's livid at Dusan Ristic because Thomas, as he stays healthy, he's the real thing. He's really, really good. But look, he's going to go where he's drafted, and he'll play well for anybody.
And we'd like to apologize. There's been a case of mistaken identity here. We were told that LeVar Ball's dad was here and would give an interview. He was misidentified to us. He is not here, as far as we know. So we apologize for hyping an interview that obviously can't happen. As Markkanen knocks down the shot to give Arizona a 5-point lead.
UCLA has had good success getting the ball into the paint and driving it. They don't want to just settle for jump shots. Put Arizona in a position to pick up a foul.
And a steal by Kobe Simmons. Remember, Ball's got three and he backs totally out of the play, but Simmons can't finish the layup. Ball protecting himself against the fourth. Great ball movement, and Ball finds Welsh for the jam. Crowd wanted a technical on Welsh for hanging on the rim.
No, they had somebody underneath him, but what a spectacular pass by Lonzo Ball.
UCLA in the zone.
The 3-2 zone, Ball out top. This will help protect Lonzo Ball a little bit from picking up a foul. And Arizona's got to find a gap in the zone and drive it.
Comanche in the middle of the zone turned it over as he tried to turn and face.
Yeah, you can't catch and dribble. You've got to catch and face the defense and then make a play.
Allen with a rebound. So Allen in the game with three for Arizona. Ball in the game with three for UCLA.
Chance Comanche wants to be able to flash into the middle of that zone and get a middle touch. So you want to drive it, but you also want to get a middle touch on a pass.
Trier no. Markkanen can't follow. UCLA ball.
UCLA is doing a lot of standing right now. They've still got to attack.
Welsh from the baseline knocks down another jumper.
It's a layup, isn't it?
I mean, you talk about guys who know what they are, know what their skills are. Welsh knows exactly what he is.
Well, anytime UCLA needs a bucket, they can just play pick and pop with Thomas Welsh, and he will get it for them. Offense gets a little stagnant. So just run that little baseline screen. Good trap.
And Markkanen forced to use that.
But if Northwestern doesn't get in, who does? Right. They got to take 68, don't they?
Yeah, you got to find, what, 37 at large teams? By the way, Michigan playing well right now. They beat Purdue today.
Playing great.
Yep.
And Arizona, against this zone, cannot settle for jump shots. Thus far in the ball game, the difference has been Arizona getting to the free throw line, knocking their free throws down. They've done a really good job on the glass as well.
UCLA looking for the lead. Welsh gives it to them.
Another pick and pop situation on the left side, an open side. And for anywhere, that's a layup. That's the caliber of shot that's a layup for any other player. That's how good of a shooter Thomas Welsh is.
So many different weapons for both teams, but especially for UCLA offensively. 6 in double figures. Marquette, the only other Division I team that has 6 players averaging double figures.
But then Thomas Welsh, if he's open, that thing is good.
And Maria Taylor's got more.
Well, how about this? When Thomas Welsh was growing up, his backyard court only went out to 15 feet. So he said that that's the only shot that he used to ever shoot. So imagine if it went all the way back to the three-point line. Maybe it'd be a layup from there, too.
That's funny. But he is money from 15 feet.
Well, Maria, he grew up in Redondo Beach, California, the mean streets of Redondo Beach.
The country this year. Leaf shakes Markkanen and slams it down with 2 hands.
Boy, how about that little jab right and then the left-hand drive past Markkanen.
Trier with the answer at the other end, and Trier's big night continues. He's got 20.
Well, UCLA can't keep him out of the lane. He has owned the paint. He's got blue paint all over his shoes. What a difference Alonzo Trier makes for UCLA. Great drive.
Leaf driving again, but wait, a whistle.
Freshman. Leaf and Markkanen going head-to-head.
And Leaf driving again.
And get to the rim instead of settling for jump shots. That'll open up some open shots if they drive it more.
Hamilton driving. Rebound Aristich.
Sticking with the 3-2 zone. Get into a gap. Make 2 play 1.
Bruins in the zone. Arizona saw some zone from USC Thursday night, but shot the 3 very well. 11 for 20. Not having the same kind of success tonight.
Well, they saw 2-3 in that one.
Shot clock running down.
Walk.
And crowd rising to its feet now at McHale Center.
UCLA going to his triangle motion.
And Leaf turns it over trying to drive. Trier. Extra pass to Allen. Open 3 from the wing.
They're not going to get a better jump shot. That was a really good pass and reversal.
You can see both teams struggling tonight from beyond the arc. But as you've said on a few occasions, they both had success when they drive the ball into the paint. 3 for Holiday. Yes.
See the movement and then getting it to Bryce Alford in a little bit better rhythm.
Arizona winning at Pauley Pavilion last month. UCLA trying to exact a measure per game at 26 minutes per game off the bench. One-handed rebound there by Ball. Alford keeps the dribble alive.
Well, that's smart to keep that dribble. When you go baseline, you don't want to pick up your dribble. Get to the other side, something will open up.
Crowd trying to help the Wildcats to a much-needed stop here. Wow. Alford with a deep one.
Boy, that was deep. That was near the hash mark.
His 3rd of the night. Timeout takes.
Zone to get the ball into the middle of this zone, whether by the pass or the dribble. Right now they're operating on the fringes on the outside of the zone. And you're not going to be able to pick up fouls out there.
Trier baseline drive. Floater from the baseline, good for Allen.
Much better attack of the zone. Great drive by Trier, followed by another great drive by Allen.
Alford comes off a screen. A little strong on the 15-footer. Great rebound by Goleman.
These are the extra possessions where UCLA can really hurt you. You play some good defense and get them to miss a shot. You have got to get that rebound.
Almost out of bounds, but Holiday picked it up just before it rolled over the line or on the line. Now he'll take a deep 3 and bury it.
Well, UCLA is in a great rhythm, and that's where Parker Jackson Cartwright, his size hurts a little bit. Because he could not get up there and really pressure that shot by Aaron Holiday. He's got a little bit, he's not that much taller, but he's got more length.
Second half, Arizona's 0 for 7 from 3. UCLA's 4 for 6.
Well, this defense has really taken away the rhythm of Arizona on the offensive end.
Shot clock at 5. Allen forces from the baseline, and the rebound to Goleman.
Arizona needs a stop right here. This has the feeling of something that can start rolling downhill on the Wildcats. As UCLA they're starting to feel it.
Goleman the kick to Holiday, 7 to shoot. Ball will launch it from deep. Not this time. Holiday with the offensive rebound.
When the shots are, that was a deep one, and then you've got Parker Jackson Cartwright.
Host Florida State during the week before traveling to Chapel Hill. Will be there 1 week from tonight. Also, we are really looking forward to the ACC tournament, which will come from the Barclays Center in Brooklyn this year. Chance Comanche inside, and a much-needed bucket for the Wildcats.
And a terrific job to get the ball into the middle by the pass. Or Arizona is going to need to put up some points because UCLA is shooting 60% in this second half.
Welsh to Leaf. Back to Welsh. Short on the jumper. Tipped out by Leaf. And a fresh possession as Welsh gets it out to Alford.
Well, you play good defense, and then UCLA gets another opportunity.
Welsh with a mismatch. Alkins on it. And scores over him.
Well, just because Arizona couldn't corral that defensive rebound to finish their defensive possession winds up costing them a bucket.
And the second chance points, you just saw the numbers, squarely in favor of UCLA. Foul in the front court. They are a combined 5.
You know, freshmen get a little bit messed up by a good zone. And look, Arizona's going to see a lot of zone. They're going to see zone in the NCAA tournament. People are going to play them zone until they show they can really attack them.
Ball, no basket in it. 5:25 to go. Holiday is fouled. 5 starters scoring in double figures on the year.
I mean, think about this. Yeah, you got 6 double-figure scorers, as you just mentioned. 5 of their players, UCLA's, have 70 or more assists on the season. 4 of them have 200 or more for their career, including Lonzo Ball. He's only hasn't even played a full year. They've got 4 guys that have made 40 or more threes on the year.
Bucket inside, Comanche. They're the only team in the country that has 5 players averaging 2.5 assists or better per game.
Unselfish. And that makes them harder to guard. And look, this is a good defensive team that Sean Miller's got. I mean, Arizona can guard, but great offense can beat really good defense.
Leaf inside Welsh. Yes.
How about that catch, pivot, and finish by Thomas Welsh? There's a lot of weapons. A lot of weapons.
7 for 9, 14 points for Welsh. Kobe Simmons, who's had a quiet night for Arizona, and we got a held ball.
After the ball.
You know, rolled his ankle Thursday night at Arizona State, came out of the game, missed some time, came back in the second half, only scored 4 points, but has shown no ill effects from that ankle. That's the kind of injury sometimes the next day or the day after it can be worse, but he's looked fine here tonight.
And this is the time of year you want to be able to get your players as much rest as possible. And this is a tough road trip in the Pac-12.
A 3 for Alonzo Trier to make it an 8-point game.
But how badly did Arizona need that one?
A timeout, immediate timeout of the next whistle, and Arizona would love to go into that timeout with some momentum. Can they get a stop now? Welsh. Too strong, but Leaf, another offensive rebound for UCLA.
Boy, the defensive glass is killing Arizona. They get Thomas Welsh to miss, which hardly ever happens from that range. And then they give UCLA another crack at it.
11 offensive rebounds for the Bruins tonight.
Another one.
Yep. Welsh the save.
How about that play by Aaron Holiday? That was a big-time play to keep that ball alive.
6'1" guard tips it back out, and now they can milk the clock a little bit.
Well, this has been a time of possession thing. Arizona spent the whole game on defense, it seems like. How about this? They've missed 13 shots in the second half, and they've got 8 offensive rebounds off those 13 misses. They're plus 15 points in second chance points, 19-4. I mean, they are just quicker to the ball than Arizona.
Holiday off the back of the iron. One of the reasons why UCLA may be a little bit lower than they should be or could be is some of their non-conference wins were against programs that were expected to be better.
Yeah, like Texas A&M, but I
Ohio
mean,
State.
They beat Michigan, and Michigan's improving and playing much better. I think those games need to be assigned a value at the time they're playing. 5 guys. UCLA's got 5 guys in double figures right now in this game, and they'll get 6.
Trier makes it a 6-point game and still 2 minutes to go.
Well, that's 2 straight games that Alonzo Trier's had 25 points. At 25 against USC on Thursday, has 25 right now and counting.
Alford with the shot clock down to 7.
Defensive rebound is huge.
Wow, a good challenge there defensively, and Alford still makes it.
Yeah, that was a big-time finish by Bryce Alford.
where they scored and they ran 30 seconds off the clock. Arizona needs a quick score here. Trier gets the three. Wildcats are out of timeout. Sean Miller used them all up as his team was floundering earlier this half. Career high 28 now for Trier.
Couple possessions ago, UCLA settled with Aaron Holiday's contested three. Then Alford went to the basket. UCLA's got to go to the rim here.
Ball with a crossover. Trier stays in front of him. Alford deep three. Markkanen the rebound.
Bad possession by UCLA. Great defense by Arizona.
Markkanen thought about it. Seconds are ticking away. Markkanen inside draws the foul. Three-point game
For Welsh.
Welsh, a terrific free throw shooter. Back to ball. Alford cross court. Holiday.
You can't choose.
And now the foul to send Holiday.
Holiday can knock down just one of these. It's a two-possession game.
A miss. Arizona ball. No timeouts remaining. 18 seconds to go. Down by 3.
Can't allow a three here. Anything inside that line is okay for UCLA.
Here is the three. And way long by Allen. And again, the seconds ticking away, and with just that.
But your point, Dan, about the guy.
The Packs, as opposed to having to go to one of the other regions. A big win on the road here in Tucson for Steve Alford and the UCLA.